Good morning, John Augustine, back again. Now we're going to sing a little hymn that Johnny Cash made. And may you rest in peace, Johnny, and the light of heaven shine upon you, man. And your lovely wife, Joan Carter Cash, may she rest in peace. The light of heaven shine upon her, man. They were a great team, married for 35 years. And he visited this country where he was an ancestor from this country. And he had a great love for it. He visited here and sang, and it was lovely, especially 40 Shades of Green. Yeah, he was well loved. So we start now our little hymn. Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they took him down from the cross? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when the stone was rolled away? Well, you weren't, because the soldiers were there. And that big rock that was guarding the tomb was moved away from heaven. Yeah. They went as white as sheets and ran like jackrabbits. And Caiaphas saw them. He says, "What are you doing here? Go back and wind that tomb over that." No, we will not. That big rock that was guarding the tomb was moved away of its own accord from heaven. We're not going to go back there. You go back there, Caiaphas and your cronies. Come on, off you go. No, no, they didn't go, did they? But we better reward you, says Caiaphas. 30 pieces of silver. But we know all about it. Can't hide the truth, you can't. And the two disciples on the way to Emmaus, it's a little village 6 miles away from Jerusalem. Sad as you like, their faces down to the ground practically. And a stranger joined them. "What's wrong with you?" she said to them. "Did you see a ghost or something?" "No, we saw no ghost, but do you not know what happened?" "You must be the only one that doesn't know." "Well, what happened?" said the stranger. "Our Saviour Jesus was crucified. We're fluent, we don't know what to do now. That's why we're sad." So the stranger walked them along the road and spoke about the scriptures and so on and so forth. And they felt like whistling, their mood increased, but they didn't whistle. No, they kept the whistle to themselves. They said, "Is that so?" Now and again. And their mood changed and they were smiling or something like that. Anyways, when they got near, it was getting dark. When they got near the village of Emmaus, the stranger was about to go on. They said, "Hold on there, they were that. It's getting dark. Come and join us and have a bite to eat and stay the night and continue your journey in the morning." "All right," to say. "Wait enough for this getting late. Well, go and join us." So we did. And at the breaking of the bread, they recognised Jesus. Oh, he disappeared. But they didn't disappear. They were as happy as Larry. "What did you make of that?" Oh, we didn't, wasn't we overjoyed joining us on the road? Well, we'll have to go back and tell the apostle the good news. Off they went and rattled on the door. Had to give her a good rattle before the apostle come down, thinking them might be the Jews, the more than them. And they told them the good news. Did they believe? Afraid not. Did they believe Mary when Jesus sent Mary? No. And when Jesus appeared to them and showed them his wounds, he said to them, I sent you messengers. Why didn't you believe them? We're sorry, we were so upset. Peter and John ran to the tomb and they saw that you weren't in it, but they didn't know what happened. John, though, knew that you had risen from the dead. But Thomas wasn't there, and when they told Thomas the good news, he wouldn't believe our Saviour had risen unless he could touch the wounds in his sacred body. And Thomas was there a week later when Jesus appeared again, and Jesus said to Thomas, put your hands here over that. And Thomas did. There was wounds. And Thomas felt, wasn't he, saying, my Lord, my God. And Jesus said to him, Thomas, you believe because you've seen. Blessed are those that haven't seen and yet believe. And that's Catholics down the centuries who believe. And we shed many a tear when we contemplate the passion and death of our Saviour and the cruelty inflicted on him. Yeah, I love that little story. You won't hear anywhere else, only from yours truly. That's the way to do it. Give a little story about it. And like the two disciples on the road to Emmaus, you begin to, your mood lifts, doesn't it? Yes, might start whistling or singing. But he's a jolly good fellow, something like that maybe. Or a little hymn. Bye now, enjoy the rest of your day. And yesterday the sun come out. And it was spilling rain yesterday, the Sabbath. Bye now.